Episode 193, the US-UK Technology Prosperity Deal.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
There's a brand new agreement on the horizon, this time between the United States and the United Kingdom. And again, it's a deal that is trying to reshape the global technology landscape. It's called the Technology Prosperity Deal, signed in London during a visit by President Trump to the UK. Hello and welcome back to the AI6 podcast, the podcast that is on a mission to upskill 500,000 pros. I'm your host, Joanne Sweeney. So, the Technology Prosperity Deal, not just another trade pact. It's a strategic partnership focused on AI, quantum computing, and even nuclear energy. But unlike Europe's push for tighter AI regulation, the US and the UK are taking a different approach, and I want to break it down. But first, here's a clip from BBC News reporting on the deal.
The tech industry has received a significant shot in the arm as Google owner Alphabet's announced a £5 billion investment here over the next 5 years, and perhaps the first of several US tech investments this week as part of President Trump's unprecedented second state visit. Alphabet says the money will go towards building the UK's artificial intelligence infrastructure with things like new data centres over the next 2 years. And it's not short of cash either, breaking into the $3 trillion market cap club on Monday as its shares surged on Wall Street.
So what's in the Technology Prosperity Deal? Well, it centres on three major technology areas: AI, quantum and nuclear. On the AI side, both countries commit to joint research and expanding infrastructure. That means more labs and more cross-Atlantic projects. Healthcare is a big focus, particularly precision medicine, where AI can help diagnose and treat patients with unprecedented accuracy. Then there's the investment. £31 billion, or $42 billion, has already been pledged, largely from US tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Nvidia and OpenAI. So these are tangible commitments to fund projects, skills programs, and develop new facilities. So if you've been following this podcast, you know that I talk a lot about the different approaches to AI in different jurisdictions. So the EU prioritises regulatory alignment, having a risk-based framework and harmonised standards and strong oversight under the EU AI Act. The US-UK deal, meanwhile, takes a different stance. It's pro-innovation, industry-led and flexible. The agreement supports responsible use of AI, yes, but it avoids binding the US and UK to global governance frameworks or to Europe's stricter rules. In fact, both countries declined to sign the most recent international declarations on AI governance. In short, while Europe is building guardrails, the US and the UK are laying down more AI racetracks. So, what are the implications? Well, economic growth for one. The deal isn't just about research, it's designed to make both the UK and the US more competitive globally, drawing in investment, creating jobs and securing their role as hubs of advanced technology. There's also a bit of geopolitical positioning here. By avoiding EU-style regulation, the US and the UK are signalling their own model of AI development. It's looser, faster, and it's more market-driven. And that could attract more companies, more investors, but of course, it carries risks. And then the third benefit, healthcare and skills. So the emphasis on precision medicine and AI training programs suggests this isn't just about big business. It's also about building long-term capacity and capability in areas that touch citizens' everyday lives. Some critics are arguing that without stronger international coordination, risks like bias, misinformation and unsafe deployment could be harder to contain. Industry-led standards often mean industry sets the rules, and that raises questions about accountability. And of course, the big unknown is whether this loose model can maintain public trust while still driving innovation. The US-UK technology prosperity deal is ambitious, and it points to a future where Washington and London want to lead not by regulating, but by collaborating and building. And one thing is certain, this deal puts the US and UK firmly in the race to shape the future of AI on their own terms, rather than letting Brussels or Beijing set the rules. That's it for today's show. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please share the podcast with a pro that you know. If you haven't got your hands on a copy of my new book, AI Playbook, then make sure you do. It's a great companion to this podcast. You can find it at aimarketingplaybook.ie or on Amazon if you're an international listener. I'm Joanne Sweeney. I'll talk to you tomorrow.